sports fans? It's post-sports writer Ryan Bessesi here for the Sun Drop pregame show of Rome in the County. We're at Salisbury High School, where tonight Salisbury will take on West Rowan in an intra-county battle. We got North Rowan going to Statesville tonight, and we got A.L. Brown in action against Weddington. It's an unusual night because 3 teams are off. Carson, East Rowan, South Rowan are all out of action. But we got a big rivalry game here. West has beaten Salisbury every year since 1996. So Salisbury's 0-2. West is 1-1. So Salisbury's hungry for a win. We'll see if they can get that tonight, or we'll see if West can beat them yet again. West Rowan's averaging a county high 328 yards a game of offense. So let's go talk to the coaches. All right, we're here with West Rowan coach Scott Young. Scott, 2 games into the season, you guys are 1-1. Had a tough loss against Mooresville in week 1, beat Davie in an emotional game last week. Just assess you guys' season to this point and what you like and kind of what you don't like, I guess.
I'm concerned about our team because I think we're behind of where I thought we would be after 2 weeks. We still don't have some offensive things in that I would like to have in. We're still not executing as efficiently with some things on offense. And then overall, our defensive performance has not been what it should, in my opinion. But I am hopeful that we'll get those things better. And you don't ever want to make excuses as a coach, but we're still not healthy as a team yet. And I think if we can get healthy as a team, then we can start making those progressive steps that we want to see.
Offensively, I believe Mike London had it in the paper today. You guys had 328 yards. You're averaging 328 yards of offense. I think that's tops in the county. Are you okay with that to this point?
No, we're leaving a lot of yards on the field. We're missing some reads in our passing game. We're not getting the ball to open receivers like we need to. I think Balcom has done an admirable job in his first 2 starts at quarterback, but we've got to see the whole field, and we've got to get the ball where it needs to go. And so I think we're leaving some yards on the field. I think, we're blowing some assignments up front with our offensive line, and I expect to see those assignments get better as we go.
You guys haven't lost to Salisbury since 1996. That's a long time. Did you know that, I guess, before today? Or?
Well, I didn't know what the year was. I know I've never personally, as a head coach, lost to Salisbury. So that's something we want to keep intact. And now that I read the post this morning, I knew it was 96 since we lost. And so we have something to play for. Our kids need to play for, and we need to try to keep that.
What's on your mind looking forward to tonight's game in general, I guess?
Well, we have an open week next week, so I think the open week we can use to get healthier as a team, but you don't ever want to have to sit on a loss for more than 1 week. So it's very important that we go into this bye week with a W under our belt.
Thanks, Coach. And now we're here with Salisbury coach Ryan Crowder on the Sun Drop Rome in the County pregame show. Ryan, a tough loss last week to East Rowan. You guys have had some trouble moving the ball on offense. Is that sort of, I guess, your primary concern at this point of the year as far as getting better? Or?
Well, yeah, I mean, we have to be able to move the ball. But the other thing is, last week we accumulated first downs, multiple first downs on a lot of drives. We just didn't protect the ball at the end. I mean, we fumbled it around, and you can't do that against anybody and expect to win. You have to protect the ball.
I guess West Rowan's not really the team you want to see when you're 0-2, are they?
No, I mean, if I had to handpick the schedule, we got a bear ahead of us, and not just this week, but the rest of them to come. But it just makes you better whenever conference time rolls around. I mean, they're a good team, and it's going to test us.
Do you foresee you guys as a team that kind of gets better as the season moves along? Do you foresee that at all?
Yeah, I mean, we should definitely get better, especially as we get more experience. I think, early on we've got a lot of guys with a lot of, pre-game jitters, maybe just pre-season jitters, just because they're just so young. They're a bunch of sophomores, in a lot of the positions that, you can play sophomores, but we're having to really depend on a lot of them instead of just being role players.
How do you go about defending West? I think they've had big offensive games in their first 2 games. Tyler Kennedy and Keoz Weeks had big games last week. How do you go about defending them?
Well, really, you just have to eliminate the long drives and the big plays is the main thing. our defense, but they have to go out and they just have to get 3 and outs. You have to play disciplined and assignment football and, just wrap up and tackle.
Thanks, Ryan.
This game, the winner of this game doesn't get a trophy. You don't get rings. You don't get a shirt. It's nothing. It's a non-conference game. What you've got to understand is all the last couple weeks, I keep hearing people say, I believe in 2 years you all are going to be competing for a state championship. I believe that next year you're going to be back winning 12, 13 games. That's all I hear. Is I believe, and it's always ends with something in the future. Guys, I believe that we can do that stuff now. I believe in each and every one of you. And that's what some of you guys have to start doing. You have to believe in yourself. G, you have to believe that even if you don't get that trap block the first time, that the very next time you will get that trap block. You will get that guy kicked out. That if Bobby Johnson if Bobby misses a tackle, doesn't get through on a blitz, that the next time that is him. That Isaiah, if you get blocked on the first 2 plays of the game, those are the only 2 plays that they're going to block you. That's what you guys have to believe, because that's what I believe. When I made out the script, every single play on there, I visualized the second play being an extra point. Because everything that we do, I believe that it'll be successful. Because I believe in each one of you. You guys have to have that same belief, not just in yourselves, but also in each other. You have to believe that the guy next to you will cover his zone. So you don't have to vacate yours to do somebody else's job. If you're a back, you have to hit that hole with an unbelievable speed, knowing that it's going to be there. Knowing that that hole's going to spread. Knowing that when we run the trap, when we run the midline, you have to believe that that hole's just going to spout open. And I hope that when each one of you walk the field up there before the game, I hope you understand why you do that. It's not to see what's painted on it. It's not to see what the grass looks like. You walk that field so you can see, I believe that this spot right here, Jordan, you've got to be sitting there looking. I believe this spot on this number at the top of this 20 is where I'm going to pick that slant off, and I'm running right down these numbers. Right. That's what you got to see in your head. That I'm going right down these numbers after I pick this slant off. Willie, you have to believe that right there at that S, right there where it bends, that's a spot, when you hit through that trap, you're going to get sideline numbers. That you're going to get out through there, and you're going to be scrutiny down the field. That's what you have to believe. You have to visualize yourself on every play, making the highlight play. Every play, guys. Every play, because you don't know when it will be your last one. I mean, JC, not out there this week. Okay? Guys, there's a lot of things that can happen in this game. And what you got to understand is you got to go out there believing that every play is going to be, it could be your last, and make it your best. All right, let's get them up here. Let's go, fast. Let's go! Let's go! Baby!
So on the scoreboard is the number 57, representing the number of years that Ronnie Gallagher was in this world. We would like to let him know that we appreciate him, not with a moment of silence, but with the loudest noise all of us can make for 57 seconds. So when the clock starts, let me hear you. Band, we need some noise. Westland, we need some noise. Everybody for 57 seconds. Let's see if we can let Ronnie hear us. Are you ready?